The sun had just begun to rise over the quiet fields, casting a soft golden light across rows of crops that looked different. At first glance, everything seemed normal. The same soil, the same air, the same silence of early morning. But look closer and you'd notice it. The plants were stronger, healthier, their leaves broader, their stems thicker. And the fruits, there were more of them than anyone had ever seen before. This was not an ordinary farm. Years ago, food shortages had pushed scientists to their limits. Through careful work in genetic engineering, not reckless but precise, they developed crops that could grow faster, resist disease, and produce more food without exhausting the land. What once sounded impossible had quietly become reality. A farmer walked slowly between the rows. His boots pressed gently into the soil, still damp from the night. He reached out and touched a branch heavy with fruit. It bent under the weight. Not unnaturally, but enough to make him pause. He had farmed this land for years. He knew how crops should look. And still, this surprised him. He picked one fruit carefully, using both hands. It was heavier than usual. For a moment he just held it, not in disbelief but in quiet understanding. This was change. As the day went on, the field came alive. Workers moved steadily, filling baskets and crates. There was no rush, no panic, just a quiet rhythm of work. But the difference was clear. The harvest kept coming, row after row, tree after tree, more than before, more than expected. By afternoon, stacks of fruit stood across the field. Not chaotic piles, but organized, deliberate, real. This wasn't magic. It was the result of years of learning how to work with nature, instead of against it. The farmer sat down as the sun began to set. A light breeze passed through the field, moving the leaves in soft waves. In the distance, the last workers carried their final crates. He looked out across the land. The same land he had always known, yet somehow different now. Not replaced, improved. He wiped the sweat from his face and exhaled slowly. For the first time in a long time, there was enough. Not just for today, but for tomorrow. The sun dipped below the horizon, leaving behind a quiet, hopeful glow. And in the fading light, the field stood full, not just of crops, but of possibility.